and welcome to Grace and Lottie's. Elizabeth here. Today I get to upgrade my art a little bit. So I'm excited about getting the chance to take the next step on some things. And that is because I got some new brushes. And at full disclosure, Fuumuui did send me these brushes. They even recommended which ones. That shows you how little I have worked to upgrade brushes and use good brushes. Normally, I will get like a paint by number kit or something, and I will use the brushes that come with it, which are notoriously bad brushes. Like, they're normally really, really cheap. And part of it's to show that this is what came with it. I'm going to do it that way, and I'm so used to using horrible brushes. So I'm excited to get to use good brushes, and I'm excited because look at this. Look how cute. Look. Isn't this like the cutest little case? I'm like really, really excited about this because like you open it up and look, this is like the biggest brush. And these are watercolor brushes. I do a little bit of watercolor, so I'm going to be working with that today. Not acrylics. So excited to do watercolor. But look, this is the biggest watercolor brush I have ever owned right here. It is so wide. And I'm very curious how it's going to paint. Like, is it going to do and is it going to speed me up because I can cover giant areas or whatever? We'll just have to wait and see with that. Then they came with these other great brushes. Look at this. They're even protected. They came with protectors even for the big ones. You know, normally you only get protectors on the little ones. But protecting that beautiful point right here. These are nice and soft. They feel so good, so good. And if you like these, make sure I put that on right. If you like these, I do have a code down below. There's a link, and then you can use the code Elizabeth at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. So you can get some good brushes too. The handle is just the natural wood, but it is finished nicely. A lot of times in the cheap kits that I've used, they are not finished nicely. They are wood, but I think by technicality. But I've got, okay, a 10. I've got, this is a filbert here, right here. It's not a full flat. It's more of a filbert. It's a 6, an 8, and then we go all the way down to a 0, a 4 and a 0. But you can just see the tips just look so nice on these. Like, they are so, so nice right here. Like, just beautiful little points. And they're just like, I think they look so pretty. Like, I hate like using them because I know eventually, like, okay, I don't hate using them because they're bad. I hate using them because I like them when they're pretty. Like, okay, I'm going to get this one back in. I got my water right here. So it'll go back in its little pretty case. So I want to keep the tip nice and pointed and safe and pretty. But I do need to actually use these. As pretty as they are right here, let's at least put them back in the case. Can I remember the order? I think I can. Let's give them a good test. Now, I've got some interesting things here to test with, and I'm going to be testing with Derwent. I'm going to be using my Inktense pans. And I like these a lot. I do have a set of pencils as well. I like working where I can use the paint and pencils for detail. I do have a full set of Koi watercolors as well as a set of Mondeluz pencils that I use in conjunction with True watercolors. Inktense is a hair different than your standard watercolor, just because it tends to set a little bit more and not reactivate as well as one of the big differences I've seen. And I've got a giant piece of paper. Let's see, let's zoom all the way out. We'll turn it this way. There we go. That fits better. Is this just mixed media paper? I guess when I do watercolor, I work typically on hard press paper. That's what I really like, but it's expensive for testing. Like, you know, I'll do a finished piece on that. I won't like just kind of scribble. So we're gonna scribble on the mixed media paper today. So let's start with the big one because I really want to know what this big one's gonna be like. This one's the most exciting one for me. Let's get it nice and wet. Here, look at that. Oh, it's just so pretty. And like, I'm doing this, I am not getting any, I'm getting no hairs. There's like no shedding. That's kind of impressive. What color do I want to start with? Let's start with Mango. It's fall outside. We can do some fall colors, so we'll just kind of get this wet up here. A little water, get some paint, start making. Let's see how much I can mop up. It looks like a pretty, I like vivid colors. So let's see what this does. Ready? Ooh, that's a nice line. That's a really, 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 like, look at that. That's so nice and smooth. And I'm getting no hair off of the brush. Okay, yeah, that covers like crazy. Wow, I'm like impressed at how much that just like, I just covered that giant area. Like this brush is probably gonna become one of my new favorites. Let's clean her out. Right there, and then let's test this 10. Now this 10 is also like a big moppy brush. And these are so, they feel so soft. They really do. They feel nice and soft. So let's test this guy out. What color do I want to test him out? We'll do poppy red. We'll stick in our fall colors here. Get nice and saturated. Let's see. How much does this one pull up? Let's see what line I can get to. How's I like doing curves? Ooh, that's fun. I'm impressed that this one isn't shedding too. Like normally, especially with like newer brushes, you get a couple, like just a couple stray hairs, and I'm like getting 0. So that is really, really impressive. Okay, so there's the 12, or not the 12, the 10. The 12 was the giant one. Now we'll use a flat. Now this isn't a great test for like, because the way I typically use these brushes is I love getting them nice up and feet. I use these more than liners, in all honesty, and it's probably not right, but it's the way I do it. Let's mix. We'll do natural brown. I don't do a lot of brown either. It's a really pretty brown right there for our fall. It is so beautiful. My tree that's right out in front of me, it's straight out. That's why I look out when I talk about the tree, is turning its beautiful shade of pumpkin. But sadly, we've had a lot of wind here, so I'm missing some of my leaves. So let's see this line. Let's see how I can get. Okay, pretty good there too for a good side, like to get up against. Okay. Actually, it looks more like a shader now that I got it shaped right here. Yeah, it's not a filbert. It's a flat shader right there. It did have one hair. One hair I'm not going to complain about. Like, that's normal. I'm not losing all of them. Like the number of times, like you've got a brush, like you got to use it. It's like you just have hairs all over your paper. It's really obnoxious. Okay, 8. This is the 8. So let's look at it. This time we're going to use bright orange. We'll see just how bright it is. Oh, that helps if I look at what I'm doing here. Twisting my brush there, just making a mess. Okay. I'm liking how soft these are so that I can vary. You can see like teeny line, fat line. Okay, that's pretty, okay. That was the 8. Next, we've got the 4, which we will do cherry here. Ooh, this one feels like a good line, like because it's a little thinner. It's got the feel of a liner. Look at that little line. I just want to squiggle with it. That one's okay. That's a lot of fun. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. It does a great line. And now for the teeny, teeny, teeny brush. We will do this one. We'll give this little guy some green. And this is Hooker's green in the set. Load her up nice. Oh, rinse out, rinse out. That's what I get for twisting my brush. I twist my brush, and sometimes I just drop a little. Okay, let's see what little lines can do. Look at that. Whee! Pretty little lines. Getting those teeny little areas, this little zero. It's holding quite a bit of paint too. And I loaded it up, like you saw me load it up well, and then don't judge my lines. I'm just doing squiggles. So yeah, that's what, okay, so those are really fun right there. So there you go. Now you can see them all. Should probably worked the other way. That would have made more sense, but oh well. I worked backwards. What else is new? Okay, so now that I've tested them out, I think it's time to create something. So let's get to creating. this was not what I expected at all. I expected to have to like really work to do this. And this is a coloring sheet I found. I'll have a link down below too for that. If you want a freebie, I just printed it on the same paper I just tested on. Like, this is not even fancy paper. So, and I fully went in intending to use my Derwent, like the pans, and then like to add in some detail with the pencils. So I thought, oh, this will work great. This is why I picked these, is I thought, okay, we can do both of this. It'll do great. I was able to do this all with the pans. Like, this was just brushes and paint, and I had so much fun. Like, it was nuts. This guy right here, like I thought, was MVP. Like, getting to come in and do the big areas with this guy first. Oh my word. This was so fast. I gave myself, like, I blocked out like a certain amount of time to do it, and it didn't take any of that. Like, I'm blown away. I'm actually blown away. And I can say that a lot of it's the brushes. Like, it really was the tool here. You know, a good artist doesn't ever blame tools, but this was, I'm in shock. Like, I'm literally, you can hear it right now. I fully recommend these brushes. They worked so well. No shedding. Like, I'm just kind of like, I was not expecting this. I can honestly say I'm not expecting this at all. So yeah, if you like are as blown away as I am, because like this was just fun. Like, I know it's not like the most perfect work of art by any means, but I had fun and enjoyed getting to do this. So if you want to get these brushes too, like, use the code Elizabeth down below, 20% off free shipping. And I mean, they are, just look at this. It's so cute. Like, it's got this little like case and it all come together. It's not often that I'm like this blown away by something. And I'm like legit happy with this, like getting to create and use. And so, yeah, I do definitely recommend. So that is it for this video. I have some other things coming up, which I hope you will enjoy. I've tried to upload a little bit more regularly, like at least once a week with a video right now, which is a lot because it's just me doing all of this. So please, if you're enjoying this, please subscribe, please like, and just come along on this journey as like we find unexpected like little gems here, like with these brushes, like changing my life. Anyway, look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.